Hello, romance Ashley Collins, aka the Onto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, the Breakup Diaries. So, fun fact about me, ish, I think I've talked about it before, but I love, other than the Joe Rogan podcast, but I thoroughly enjoy listening to Lex Friedman's podcast as well, plural. What I really enjoy about him is he has these geniuses that come on his channel. You know, like these professors, these scientists, and it's like he breaks it down for like idiots like me. And most recently he was talking to someone, I believe she works at NASA, but they were talking about space and colonizing space, and I was like, wow, that would be so fun to go to space. Kind of. Okay, let me say this from this is going to sound a little cynical, forgive me. The camera's kind of tilted sideways, whatever, I don't care. You can use your ears. You don't need your eyes to listen. But anyway, I had someone once tell me you should upload your post on Spotify because I like listening to things. You can still listen on YouTube. You know that, right? You don't need to look at the video in order to, I don't know. God, lack common fucking sense. Okay. Anyway. So I've lived in Florida the majority of my life, right? And I remember when I first left my mom's house and lived on my own, obviously like any average person, I failed horribly. I was so panicked, I was so worried. Um it didn't go very well. And then when I first left Florida, I was so excited because I was like, this is gonna be a new experience. This is gonna be so exciting. And I found myself when I was driving, and I found that as I was driving and I was looking at the scenery and stuff and looking at the environment, I was like, that tree looks just like the one in Florida. And then when I first lived in New York, I was so excited because I was like, oh, I'm going to live the artist lifestyle. But I remember being so disappointed and nothing really excited me because I'm like, that bar is just like every other bar. And I drove past Central Park and I was like, this isn't as exciting as I thought it would be. You know? When I think about going to the moon or to Mars, or to any other planet, firstly, that's not going to happen anytime soon. In my youth, am I young? I don't know. It's not going to happen anytime soon that they make it habitable to everyone. To rich people, yeah, sure. And under the rich category, I'm including criminals as well, because you know the mobsters going to be they're going to slide in there as well. Can you imagine if there was like people smuggling people to Mars? But you know it's going to happen. God, I hope I'm alive to see that. I'm like, I knew that was gonna happen, called it, nailed it. Because it's like you don't really, would they create passports to live on another planet? But anyway, like I was saying, my point, when it comes to colonizing another planet, they're just gonna make it another, dare I say, they're just gonna make it another America. But like, oh, and then can you also imagine the wars over territories where it's like, have you ever thought about how stupid borders are? You know, like this is North Dakota and then this is South Dakota once you cross this little imaginary line in your brain. So people are going to go to war over like this little piece of dirt on Mars. But anyway, like I was saying, they're going to try to sell you to go to Mars or the moon or etc. or to another planet, etc. But it'll just be like I'm imagining them making strip malls on Mars. But will the cheesecake taste any different whether you're on Earth or on the moon? If you go to the Cheesecake Factory, it won't be very much so different. Yeah, they'll have a moon themed fucking cocktail, but it's like, will your McDonald's cheeseburger taste any differently if you're eating it on Venus versus if you were eating it in China? I don't know. I know that sounds a bit pessimistic. I hate it here. Not me, but you see that a lot, right? That's like the common response when you look at comments, right? People often say, I hate it here on Earth, I want to get off. But it's like, you're not going to escape anything. You're not escaping anything because you'll still be around people, you know? I would hope, I would think, if we were to colonize another planet, that the experts would be in charge. The scientists, the people who actually helped us get there. I want to listen to an expert, and I don't want to have some celebrity, some Regis, or some fucking what's her name, Kelly, the Ryan and Kelly show, which they have very awful chemistry. We all know that. It's so obvious that they don't like each other. Their body chemistry, like, they're always like leaning away from each other. But anyway, I don't want some celebrity to sell to me like, oh, okay. And then can you also imagine, because Disney's gonna have some part of it, they're gonna build a theme park in Disney. But does it make it any different whether you go to Disney in France versus Disney on the moon? It doesn't. It's the same shitty roller coaster with a teenager, and it's like, why are you, teenager, strapping me to this ride, to this roller coaster? Please make it someone else, not a teenager. Coming from someone who used to work in theme parks, yeah, I did not care. Oh my god, so many times going in intoxicated. That sounds really bad, but no one died on my watch. But yeah, I worry about the idiots taking charge, and I worry about the wars that would result in people trying to claim territory, which would make sense because, like, they'd want the resources that this other planet has, and they'd obviously make it about, oh, this is for the pride of Africa, and it's like, no, you just want the extra diamonds there. Just say that, but you can't say that out loud. But even though it's so obvious. And then I also think about, like, the Stanford prison experiment. I'm sure you know what that is. And if you don't, that's what Google is for. Even though Google has been really unreliable lately. Can someone help me, please? There are so many social media experts who cannot help me with this, okay? Because I am no social media expert. I barely know what I'm doing with this, with my life as well. I'm trying to figure out, the reels are not working on my professional Facebook page. Can you please help me figure out what's going wrong? I've added the address. I've logged off, logged back in. There's not even a button to click to get to reels. So can you please help me? Like, I can't pay you, just, I don't know. I'll write an IOU in the future. Okay, I promise. But okay. Okay, so yeah, I think about the Stanford prison experiment, and what role will you play on the moon or any other planet, right? I think that, like I said, we think that we want to leave Earth, but you're still not going to escape people. So when you go to this other planet, maybe something will click in your mind where you'll think to yourself, well, now I'm going to be the leader now. Now I'm going to make sure that other people are as miserable as I was on Earth. I worry about that. And just because you go to another planet doesn't mean that you can't follow the same rules. What are the most basic rules, right? Don't kill anyone, don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. People break those every day regardless. So you think that you're going to escape that on Earth, but you're still going to get that on there as well. I think that if we're going to, also, I wouldn't want to raise a child on the moon, a baby, like a baby. I wouldn't want to raise it on another planet because you need gravity, right? You need gravity to help that kid develop, not only mentally but physically as well. You see the scientists when they come back to Earth, their bones have atrophied. They have to kind of relearn how to walk. They lose some of their brain density as well. So, like, consider, like, what would that be like for a baby growing up, learning how to talk, learning how to walk. I know that there's no gravity in space. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. But oh my god, what would it like? Would you go to space pregnant? Or would you have sex in space? How does sperm work on another planet? Without the gravity, where would the sperm? Well, I mean, I guess the sperm would still go inside of you, but I don't know. I would like to think that the sex would be, like, extra Because like not only like are you like right next to the stars, but also like I don't know, like having sex in zero gravity. I've never had sex in zero gravity, so I don't know how it works, but I think it would be exciting. um and then the fetus developing in your womb without gravity, that would be very, very interesting. Why am I thinking about that? It makes me think a lot of that Angela Bassett movie. um Fuck, I meant to Google it. Do you know what I'm talking about? I really like that movie. um Can you imagine that asshole that's gonna be like, it's my first time here, so I don't know how to act. Yes, you do. You were raised with hopefully some kind of morals, some kind of common decency. Just carry that and bring that to another planet. It's like, let's say that we do make contact with, excuse me, let's say that we do make contact with other species, right? How should you treat them? I would assume it's just like treating them like they're from another country. There's still that kind of courtesy and respect, right? But what if a wave is offensive to them? What if bowing is offensive to them? What if smiling is offensive to them? That 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 would have to be someone who's really, really researched and really good at social skills, you know, and not the average person cannot do that. God, the average person does not have very good social skills. Um um can you imagine going on a date on the moon as well though? Like, how is that Applebee's going to be any different if they take you to another planet? But also, like, yes, ladies, raise your standards. The next date you take me on, you better take me on the moon or you're not getting anything. Can you imagine that? I know that would be a trend. I know that would be a trend because there's so many crazy women out there. Another thing that I've been thinking about is if you could bring a piece of art to space to colonize this new planet, what piece of art would you bring? My first initial thought is Starry Night. I don't know why, because there's already plenty of stars that you'll be able to see. I don't know what art. If you could meet another species, what art would you say this is a good representative of the Earth culture? I think that'd be exciting. Of course, they'd have the debates of like what's worthy, but I don't know. For some reason, my first thought is Starry Night. Um, 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 your role in space. Like I said, God, I feel like this is like a commercial now. I'm not going to space. Um, Although they are relaunching on the moon. I think in a couple of days, NASA right now. I saw that on TV. Um, your role in space is just to be kind and expect nothing. To appreciate the fact that of these fucking hardworking scientists are able allowing us to do this in this time in history. I think it's quite exciting. But like I said, it's not an escape from humans or from your troubles. It's just a new opportunity. It's just a new location. It's just a new environment. Um um one more time. I hate it here. Like I said, I hate that fucking phrase so much because it's like, where else would you rather be? You hate your current environment right now. You hate the fact that you've made the algorithm so that you see a lot of negative stuff that happens. You can fix that. You are in control of that. Just hit those three little dots and say not interested. I don't know. I like this planet. I like people. Some people. There are quite some childish adults. Oh my God, I had an incident the other day, and I'm like, God, I really hope you grow up one day, because this is not. Your behavior is not conducive to. I found that so strange. I find it very, very strange how people can have such a massive following online, but in real life you're still an asshole. In real life, no one really likes you having you around. You're online, and I think that maybe, I don't know. I've never done research on this, but I think that that's a little backwards to have a million friends online, but in real life you have what, two? It feels a little backwards. I don't know. Okay. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for listening. I'm late for work, but it's gonna be a shitty day anyway, so what's the rush? Because you need a job. But I'm not making money at my job. Then get a new job. Heard that. Thank you. Okay, bye.